I bid you all welcome to the launch of our appeal. In particular, I wish to welcome our new patron, Joanna Lumley, who has so generously agreed to lend her considerable strength and talents to our endeavours. When the board heard that Joanna had accepted the role of patron, they all thought that it was absolutely fantastic. Joanna, welcome. And thank you for your support. And we look forward to seeing you often. I must also thank Kenny Glendy, Rector of Dumfries Academy, who has been a loyal supporter since we started, for so kindly allowing us to use the Academy facilities. He also suggested to us that Flora Burns should take on the role of trustee, and she has proved a tower of strength. It is wonderful to be here today, as it falls in the week of our second birthday, and it is most appropriate that we should meet here in the Minerva Hall, the oldest surviving building of the Academy. Beneath our feet are the foundations of the old school to which J M Barrie attended. There are artifacts and mementos of the man in this building, and I invite you to have a look at them while you're enjoying our refreshments. But it is not just the Academy that gave Barrie his inspiration. It was also the people he met here. In particular, Stuart and Hal Gordon. The more I read of the history of Peter Pan, the more I feel that the Gordon brothers should be given greater credit for the development of the character of Peter Pan. It was on his first day at the Academy that he met the Gordon brothers, but let me use Barrie's own words. When I came to the Academy, I intended to work hard, and I would have probably worked hard had it not been for another boy who led me astray. It was Stuart Gordon, but that wasn't the name he was known as at school. He came up to me and asked my name. I told him. That didn't seem to please him. Sorry about this.
One of my many skills.
I said I've been speaking to you without the microphone. I think you will heard me anyway. Anyway, the name I gave didn't please him. He said, "I'll call you 16 Spring Jack." I asked his name, and he said it was Daredevil Dick. He asked me if I would join his pirate crew. I did. That was fatal to my prize giving. But it was undoubtedly the games in Moat Brae that led to the inspiration for the play and the book that surfaced many years later. It is a great pleasure to us that Hal Gordon's grandson, Graham Gordon, is with us this afternoon. Welcome, Graham.
Thank you.
And I believe she's brought her grandchildren with her. Her great nieces and nephews of the great man. Not only is she with us, but she helped with the refreshments by baking Wendy cakes and pirate brownies, which you'll be able to sample later. Thank you, Anne. This is a wonderful week for us, and it is a pleasure to be able to tell you that our redesigned website, www.peterpanmoatbrae.org, is now online. And if you're unable to look at it here, as we have got the website up for you to look at, please check it out when you get home. And the Treasurer has asked me to say that you can donate online. The party today is to thank you all for your support in getting us to where we are. It's also a spur to spur you on to assist us in the future. We need to raise £750,000 in the next few months so that we can pay the charge on the house, erect scaffolding, to put up a temporary roof while we replace the existing roof on Moat Brae before the winter comes, and so save the building from any further deterioration. We have applied to Historic Scotland for a grant, and we await the outcome. But we do need your help. I'll leave Kathy, our Project Development Director, to tell you about our future plans. And so I'll conclude with a massive thank you to you and to everyone else who has helped us on our way. Thank you.
For any major restoration project to succeed, I think the three most important factors to demonstrate are: one, that there is a real need; two, that there is a realistic and sustainable plan; and three, that there is a robust management structure behind it. Moat Brae is an elegant listed Georgian townhouse designed by Dumfries architect Walter Newell in 1823. It is where J M Barrie played as a child and was the inspiration for his global character Peter Pan. We knew from the beginning that we wanted to save Moat Brae from demolition, to restore it, and to furnish it with a new and vibrant future. Until the project development concept was sufficiently honed, we could not share our future plans with anyone, and we certainly couldn't start to ask anyone for any money. With the early involvement and support of two national organisations, Save Britain's Heritage and the Prince's Regeneration Trust, we got off to a very positive start. Since then, we've had great local community involvement and encouragement, and indeed many of you were here for our first public meeting 2 years ago, and hundreds of people have enjoyed our varied programme and talks and events since then. A feasibility study undertaken by our architects ARPL from Ayr made it clear that the future of the house and garden were interlinked, and that it was vital that the whole project should embrace and promote the J M Barrie and Peter Pan connection. Earlier this year, I went to a conference in Madrid celebrating 100 years of Peter Pan and Wendy. I was introduced as coming from Moat Brae in Dumfries. But, they said, that's the birthplace of Peter Pan. They announced it with pride. And as a result, it made us realise the international literary significance and cultural importance of the Moat Brae site. Too often we don't realise what we have on our doorstep, and it takes someone from afar to actually point it out. So our plan now is to create a national centre for children's literature, Scotland's first, which will see the celebration and promotion of children's stories, authors and illustrators from all over the world. We plan to have a suite of elegantly restored Georgian rooms for arts and cultural events, for civic functions, for parties. There will be a Peter Pan exhibition, as well as temporary space for touring literary exhibitions. We plan to create self-contained accommodation for children's writers and residences, and the garden, Neverland, will become an adventure garden, a learning garden, where every plant tells a story. So this is a major project that is rooted in history and in heritage, with its sights set firmly on education and on the economic development of the Georgian heart of Dumfries Town Centre. It has the potential to make a very real difference. So how will it happen? These days there are, and quite rightly, stringent rules and regulations for charities to adhere to. We have a keen and enthusiastic board of trustees, all of whom are here today, and we also have access to a wide range of specialists and advisors who have so willingly given so much of their time and expertise, and this I very much hope will continue. So, I hope I have inspired and convinced you sufficiently that we do have a plan, that we do have the people to deliver it, and we do have the community support to succeed. After all, who was it who said, all you need is trust and a little bit of pixie dust? Thank you. Without any further introduction, Joanna Lumley.
so much, Kathy. It was pouring when we arrived this morning, and thank goodness it was, because I put on a hard hat. And I went into Moat Brae and saw at once that astonishing cupola above. And just behind it, a little square hallway where James Barrie would have gone as a child. Rain cascading down. I'm a trained avenger, but it needs a lot of courage to go up the steps and to lean on the parapet round just underneath the cupola and look down at something familiar to the Gordon boys and to Barrie when he was little, once so beautiful and now on the eve of destruction. You're all, I'm talking to the converted here, but I have to tell you, for that building, it is 5 to midnight. It is nearly gone. It obviously won't survive one more winter in the way that it is. So Pat Lorimer, who's over there at the very back, is all ready, with his brilliant architectural skills, to throw the roof over the top. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm probably speaking your sort of language when I say, don't let's wait for all the money to be in the bank. Let's start. And the money can chase us, and it will. So I believe that not only when we've succeeded in restoring the roof, we should start at full speed, just as Captain Hook would have liked, to roar into the restoration of this beautiful house and the garden. Now, once this has been done, and Alan's going to be making a garden from paradise, Alan Patterson, probably the most distinct, he is practically a plant. He so knows what he's talking about. And the Neverland garden and that view down to the river, which is so enchanting, this is where the real story can begin, which is the idea of catching children's imaginations, catching at literature so that literature and stories are combined, and when children want, thanks to J.K. Rowling, to read about something they adore, they read it with their eyes, they don't watch it only on film. I'd love to see something else stitched into this, which just came to me when you were talking. I hate the idea of people being grown up and unable to read. Now, a lot of people in our society can't read. It's through no fault of their own, but they've left school and they can't read. Wouldn't it be wonderful if Moat Brae had a place where grown-ups could learn to read on a one-to-one basis? I don't live in Dumfries, but by golly, once a year I'd love to come and teach somebody one-to-one a little bit of a lesson of how to read. I love the idea of stories being read aloud there, the idea of imagination flying, because without imagination this world is nothing. It's no use having stuff, it's no use having money without your mind flying. Now, we've got things called friends. We're going to be friends of Peter Pan Moat Brae Trust. Did you know that the name Wendy, yes you did because you're there ahead of me, the name Wendy was invented by J M Barrie because she couldn't say friend and she said, Fwendy, I'm your Fwendy, and so the name Wendy. So, chaps, you needn't be called Wendy's. But the rest of us are going to be called friends of J M Barrie. I want you to spread the message loud and clear. I want you to be like Tinkerbells again, men. You don't have to wear the wings, but some of you might like to. I'd like the light of excitement and enthusiasm to fly around. So everybody in this room, you're the converted, pass the message on, because this important property has got more than just a Georgian beauty to it with a small riverside frontage and a wild wood. It's got the very birth of probably the greatest children's story ever told. This is the boy who never grew up. Ladies and gentlemen, and children, don't grow up. Thank you.